Tell someone you are doing keto as a vegetarian and they look at you like you just said you are doing a water fast while swimming. No meat on a diet that is famous for bacon and butter. But here is the thing. The vegetarian version of keto, specifically the lacto-ovo version that includes eggs and dairy, is not just possible. In some ways it is actually cleaner and easier than standard keto. You skip the processed meats, you naturally eat more vegetables, and your fat sources tend to be less inflammatory. If you already know the vegetarian protein game and you are curious about ketosis, this is your complete guide. No meat required. Let us define what we are talking about. Lacto-ovo vegetarian keto means no meat, no fish, no poultry, but yes to eggs, dairy, and all plant foods. Your macros stay the same as any keto diet. Roughly 70% of calories from fat, 25% from protein, and 5% from carbs. For most people that means keeping net carbs under 30 grams per day. Net carbs are total carbohydrates minus fiber and sugar alcohols, because fiber does not raise blood sugar. This is the version of vegetarian keto that works best because eggs and dairy give you complete proteins with almost zero carbs. Vegan keto exists, but it is vastly harder and requires more supplementation. This guide assumes you eat eggs and dairy. Protein is where most people assume vegetarian keto falls apart. It does not. A single large egg has 6 grams of protein and less than 1 gram of carbs. 3 eggs at breakfast is 18 grams of protein and you are barely touching your carb budget. Greek yogurt is 10 grams of protein per 100 grams with about 4 grams of carbs. Cottage cheese is 11 grams of protein per 100 grams and 3 grams of carbs. Firm tofu delivers 17 grams of protein with only 2 grams of net carbs per 100 grams. Tempeh gives you 19 grams of protein and about 5 grams of net carbs. Seitan is 25 grams of protein and 4 grams of carbs. And a scoop of low-carb protein powder adds 25 grams of protein for 2 to 3 grams of carbs. You can hit 120 grams of protein a day without a single gram of meat. Fat is where vegetarian keto shines. You are not relying on bacon grease and fatty cuts of beef. Instead you get avocado, which is 29 grams of mostly monounsaturated fat with only 2 grams of net carbs. Extra virgin olive oil is pure heart-healthy fat with 0 carbs. Coconut oil and coconut cream give you medium-chain triglycerides that your liver can convert directly to ketones. Nuts and seeds, almonds, macadamia nuts, walnuts, chia seeds, hemp seeds, are dense in healthy fats with manageable net carbs if you watch portions. Cheese and butter are 0 carb and satisfying. Heavy cream in your coffee is 0 carb. Fat is actually the easiest part of vegetarian keto. You will not struggle to hit your fat macro. The carb budget is where you need to pay attention, but it is not as restrictive as you think. Non-starchy vegetables are unlimited. Spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, asparagus, bell peppers. These are mostly fiber and water. A giant salad with olive oil, feta cheese, and pumpkin seeds is a perfect keto meal. Berries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries are the fruit exception because they are high in fiber and low in sugar. A half cup of raspberries has only 3 grams of net carbs. What you avoid is obvious. Bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, and most fruit. Legumes are the hardest cut for vegetarians because they are such a staple. But once you are in ketosis, the cravings for those foods drop dramatically. That is the entire point. Here is what a real day of vegetarian keto looks like. Breakfast is 3 scrambled eggs cooked in butter with spinach and feta cheese, plus half an avocado on the side. That is 30 grams of protein and about 6 grams of net carbs. Lunch is a giant bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of chia seeds, a handful of walnuts, and a quarter cup of raspberries. 25 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs. Dinner is a block of firm tofu pressed and pan-fried in coconut oil with stir-fried broccoli and bell peppers, topped with sesame oil and a sprinkle of hemp seeds. 35 grams of protein, 8 grams of net carbs. Your daily total is about 90 grams of protein and under 20 grams of net carbs. You are in deep ketosis and you did not touch a single animal other than eggs and dairy. A few things to watch. Electrolytes are the number one mistake. When you drop carbs, your kidneys flush sodium, potassium, and magnesium. You need to actively replace them. Salt your food generously. Take a magnesium supplement before bed. Eat avocado and leafy greens for potassium. If you get headaches, fatigue, or brain fog in the first week, it is almost always electrolytes, not a lack of willpower. Second, do not overdo the dairy. It is easy to just eat cheese all day, but too much dairy can stall some people and it is inflammatory for others. Third, track net carbs, not total carbs. The fiber in vegetables and seeds does not count. And finally, if you are already vegetarian and you have been struggling with energy crashes, sugar cravings, or stubborn weight that will not move, keto might be the metabolic reset you have been looking for. You already know how to eat without meat. You just need to drop the carbs. If this gave you a clear path forward, subscribe. We are just getting started.